Hey guys, this is a quick video on the Antline Audio ModMic 4. I'm using the omnidirectional without mute, so this one right here. So, when I first got it, it sounded really horrible. I had it plugged into my computer, into the motherboard. I used the rear and the front port, and I just couldn't get it to sound anywhere near to what I heard on YouTube videos and stuff like that. And I was really disappointed because it's not a cheap mic for what it is. And yeah, I was pretty pissed off to say the least. So I did a lot of reading, and there wasn't a hell of a lot of content out there with my particular problem. So basically, what I had was it was really, really quiet and really horrible quality, really, to be honest. And the only way that I could actually make it audible at all was to boost it around 20 dB, and doing so created a hell of a lot of noise, and it just sounded shocking. And my $5 webcam camera sounded a lot better than it, so I was pretty disappointed. I noticed on the ModMic website that they sell a USB adapter, and in that it says that if we go to it, it says for the ModMic to work, it requires 5 volts of phantom power. So I then read, and it turns out that not many motherboards really provide enough power for these things. They're actually quite power hungry. So I thought I was going to plug it into my external sound card, but that only has XLR outputs, and a bit of mixed reviews on whether XLR to 3.5 would work. So rather than trialing that, obviously not using phantom power on that because it's 48 volts or something like that. So rather than doing that, I opted to go for a USB audio adapter. This is the one that I got. It's a Volan's. I just got it from my local computer shop for 15 bucks. And yeah, so this is the audio quality out of this thing. I've got the volume maxed out. I don't have anything fancy going on with anything else. It's just volume up, and I don't have any. The only problem is you don't have any noise cancellation or suppression or anything included with this thing. So that's a little bit of a downer, but if you're using TeamSpeak or something like that, you can just use theirs, and that should work fine. Other than that, obviously, because it is the omnidirectional, it does pick up quite a lot of background noise, so I'm hoping that I can actually run it through some sort of noise suppression tool when I'm going online, just to make it sound a little bit better, to not pick up the room noise. But when I saw reviews of the ModMic, the unidirectional one, I wasn't really happy with the sound. It sounded quite tinny, and this one sounds a lot more whole and real, I guess. So this USB adapter, I did a little bit of digging around before I bought it, and it says in the specs that it's using a HS100B chipset. So I went to, this is C Media, not AS Media, but same thing, HS100B, and we can go down the specs, and it says single external 5-volt operation. So I guess that means that it has a 5-volt output, and it sounds really nice. So you don't have to buy necessarily the Antline USB adapter. Any real USB adapter will kind of work. So before I let you guys go, I'll just include a sample of what it sounded like through the motherboard. Okay, so this is plugged into the front port, which comes out of my motherboard, and this has got noise suppression on it, and 100% volume and no boost. So you can see that it's very, very quiet and quite fuzzy and shit sounding, to be honest. So now I'm going to up the boost to 20 dB, which is where it actually becomes somewhat audible, but as you can soon see, it sounds really shocking. So this is with 20 dB of boost, and it now becomes audible at least, but it sounds really, really bad. So you definitely need a USB adapter unless you've got some really awesome motherboard. This is an Asus Z87A motherboard, so it's not like a cheap one or anything. But yeah, as you can see, sounds really shit. So if you're having quiet audio problems, I'd dare say that's your problem. So give that a go first before you return it to Antline being all angry. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Hope that helped people out, and I'll see you later.